put a spell on you. Cause you're mine.
So we don't really have a system at the moment. It seems to be that it's just one-off. So sometimes someone will contact us and say, hey, have you heard about this guy? And sometimes we'll do that back and say, this person's in your area, but there's not really a system.
When we run press campaigns, we'll often contact the fundraising managers to see if they've got any case studies that fit in with our campaigns, but we'll also contact them if there's sort of regional work that we want to do in those areas, if there's anyone that fits that they have a relationship with. And there's some really good benefits when FMs share their case studies with us. So a good example is Janet Woodall recently. She had two sisters who were training to do a channel swim, and she got in touch with us. She'd been in touch with our social media team, and she'd been really proactive in like getting lots of social posts going out. But then when it came to the actual swim, she asked for some media support.
So we work with the community fundraising managers quite often. They're an incredible source to us and always so helpful. Whenever we have a campaign or we need a case study in a specific area, we're often in contact with them, and they're really willing to help and know lots of really wonderful contacts, lots of families and individuals who've been affected by heart disease who just have really incredible stories to tell, and because of them are already really warm and willing to help too.
For us, it would be, we've got a good amount of case studies, but we always need more, and we always need good stories, and so for us it would be to get more case studies.
Actually, the sisters are keen to do more with us now. So they're keen to do sort of case study work a bit beyond what we've done just on a regional level, which is great, and that's the kind of thing that we'd like to do more, is get people letting us know about cases in their area that could maybe fit into other campaigns. And those sisters actually have a Gift of Hope page for that they've set up in memory of their sister, and we're in the press team are sort of in the planning stage of a Gift of Hope campaign, so it's actually perfect timing, so we might actually bring them into our campaign. And
well, the benefits of working with the community team is the relationship that they have with the heart stories or the case studies. Often they are so warm to the BHF already because of the fundraising managers and the work that they've done. And they also have so many amazing stories at their fingertips. We have such good relationships with many fundraising managers, and so many of you guys have helped us in the past, but most recently I suppose is Sarah Standing in Bristol, who introduced us to Mark and Holly Lloyd, who are about to have baby Ivy with transposition of the great arteries, and we knew because of her 20-week scan she was going to need operating on very quickly, and because of Sarah's introduction we worked with the family, and as a result of that we've been able to go to raise awareness of congenital and the research that we do to a whole new audience.
So we could contact the team with good case studies in their areas, but at the moment we don't know who to contact, and we don't know whether we should contact people if the case study isn't a fundraiser. So that'd be really helpful to know. And I think for us, like, we want to be able to help and give you guys case studies as well, but we just don't know who to contact.
I think the ideal situation would be to have some sort of centralised system that fundraising managers, as and when they meet case studies in their area, they could input the data in there and just a summary of their story, and maybe tag it under certain conditions, or whether they've lost somebody, whether they're living with a condition, that kind of thing. And then,
so actually, in my opinion, the way you guys help us is just absolutely perfect, but what I'm very wary of is that actually you don't get the same support from us, because we have a database of 500 plus people who we work with, and you know, they're people that you can you know, work with yourselves.
The benefits would be speed and just efficiency for us.
A shared centralised system for case studies would benefit the entire organisation. There's just obviously we have our own database which is private to just our team only. So the problem with that is that you can't really access any information on the people that we have.
Hello! And welcome to British Heart Foundation in Scotland in our Edinburgh office. I'm Murray.
I'm Claire.
I'm Jane.
And I'm Dan.
And we're here today to talk to you about how
Community adds value to events.
Hi, I think one of the great things we can do in community fundraising is look at the bigger picture. I think events can maybe just be focused on specific events, but we're looking at how a supporter can add real value to the charity for a long period of time. This guy is Shane. You look at him, could be a heart runner, could be doing something for us. The bigger picture is that his son has had a number of issues with his heart, and we're helping him, which is fantastic. And yeah, you'll see the full story and the full picture there. And I guess one of my highlights is been receiving information from the heart running team about a lovely lady called Linda Thompson, who's looking to raise £28,000 in memory of her son Adam, and she's well on track to doing that. But they recognised the importance of local contact. I've met Linda a number of times, and she's going to be a fantastic Braveheart volunteer for us and introduce us to a lot of her local business community in Fife, which is fantastic. Keep us informed and we'll make the magic happen.
So an amazing example of success that we've had in Scotland already is where some of these amazing people who make up the research groups from Glasgow and Edinburgh universities came together and did a relay competition race within the Edinburgh Marathon. Those who couldn't attend also cheered at the race, and it was a wonderful event.
So another way that we can add value to events and seamlessly integrate into them between community and events is actually doing the event ourselves. We've got a great example of where Nikki attended the Hadrian's Wall hike and strapped up her walking boots and hiked with the hundreds of participants there, stopping at different mile points to see a new group of people, to engage with them and to talk about their reasons why they were doing the hike.
So another great example how community fundraising adds value to events is with the Harewood House Half Marathon. So our Pudsey fundraising group go there every year to support the runners. They set up a stall and they sell baked goods to the runners and the spectators. So not only are the group experiencing the event and getting more involved in BHF, but the runners have now started to actually expect them to be there, and they come and speak to them, and it's just a really nice added experience on the day.
So we're doing some great things already, but by working even more closely together between the BHF events team and the community fundraising team, we can make some magical things happen. We can increase supporters' loyalty, their commitment to the BHF, and also their local knowledge about what the BHF is doing in their area. And as we all know, a BHF supporter doesn't really care about how we're internally organised. All they care about is having a great experience at an event and then knowing what the next steps are.
As community fundraisers, we are money generators. We can turn event data into long-term relationships that help fund our research. Now that's magic.
The supporter has got to be at the heart of everything that we do. Community and events need to talk to each other to keep each other informed. By doing so, we will enhance supporter experience and will build a real British Heart Foundation family of supporters and volunteers across the United Kingdom to help fund more life-saving research. Let's all stay informed and we'll make income jump by 35%.
Hello, I'm Joy. I'm the fundraising manager for Devon and Cornwall. I'd like to introduce you to Pippa, who's 34 today and is cheering on her sister at the Blenheim 10K.
Woohoo! Keep going! Come on! You can do it! Keep going! Come on! Come on! Now that's magic!
Pippa is wearing her BHF t-shirt again and this time holding a collection bucket.
It's World Heart Day. Help raise money for the life-saving research by donating any spare change today. Abracadabra! I love this goal!
Today Pippa's going to be helping me at a corporate pitch and talking to people about how she has been affected by heart disease.
My brother-in-law had a heart attack at 30 and that's when I realised it can affect anyone at any stage in their life. I wanted to do more to make sure that families don't lose loved ones to this horrible disease. The research the BHF funds is helping to find treatments so that more people can survive this terrible disease. I believe that the DVLA can really help make a big difference by making BHF their charity of the year.
Pippa loved helping us pitch to a potential corporate partner, and as if by magic, not only did we win, but she helped us raise £50,000. Today Pippa is speaking to a class of children and helping educate young people on heart disease.
So I'm here today to talk about how to look after your heart and how we at the British Heart Foundation work hard to keep all hearts healthy. So, who can guess how big your heart is? Anybody? Okay, so the heart is as big as your fist and it gets bigger as you grow. The heart has an important job of magically pumping blood all around your body from the day that you're born. Every living thing has a heart, but can you guess what animal has 3 hearts? Anybody? An octopus, yeah, good job.
Pippa really felt that she's making a difference and wants to help others, so joined a voluntary group. I know what you mean. I got involved because my brother-in-law had a heart attack 5 years ago. I really want to help more people understand why it's important to get money to the BHF and also raise as much money as I can. Joy, my fundraising manager, really spent the time to get to know me and what I was interested in. Because of that, I've been able to use my skills and interest to help them in lots of different ways. It's really been a magical experience.
The magic began in a coffee shop somewhere in Sutton Coldfield when I changed Carrie into Lisa.
Hello Lisa, I understand that you've recently joined the British Heart Foundation and I just thought we'd have a coffee and a chat so we could get to know each other better so we can work together in the future. So tell me a little bit about sort of what you're going to be doing in Sutton Coldfield.
Yeah, perfect. Hi Donna, thanks for meeting today. So I started with the BHF about a month ago and my role as a stock generator is to try and generate as much stock as possible for the BHF, and I'm going to do that by going into local schools and businesses and really just chatting to people and see if I can encourage them to work with the BHF to donate as much stock as possible.
Yeah, that sounds really interesting, yeah. Just to tell you a little bit about what we do in community fundraising, it's quite similar, but we generate money, also by going into businesses and working with the community. And what I'm actually looking for at the moment is recruiting a fundraising group in Sutton Coldfield. And what they'll do is represent us in the area, so they'll organise small events, they'll raise the profile of the charity, and they'll go out to businesses and organisations to get them to try and support us. So I think it'd be really great if we could actually sort of work together in the future. Have you ever done any fundraising in the past?
Well, I have done a bit of fundraising, but not for the British Heart Foundation. It was for another charity, just with some friends and family. But I would be interested in finding out more, and I'd definitely be interested in learning more about working together.
Mm-hmm. From chatting to you, I think you'd make a perfect fundraiser. We are looking for a group leader, and I think I'd like to sort of train you into fundraising and sort of help you to raise more money and stock at the same time. And by working together, I think we can achieve both our objectives and have a little fun, and you'd gain new skills. Do you know anybody who'd like to join the group as well?
Well, yeah, I've definitely got some friends and family members that might be interested, so I can definitely have a chat with them and see what they say.
Okay, so if you have a chat with your friends and family, I'm going to have a sort of chat with some of my community fundraising volunteers that have helped us previously. And then if we can get back together, and then we'll arrange for them to all meet up, we'll have a coffee and they can get to know each other, and we'll talk about sort of possibly setting up a new fundraising group.
That sounds good.
This is our lovely Lisa, who is our new fundraising group leader for Sutton Coldfield Fundraising Group. Hello Lisa. She also works as our retail stock generator in our Sutton Coldfield shop. And she's brought along some friends to join the group. Would you like to introduce them, Lisa?
Yes, I will. Thank you, Donna. Hello, everybody. This is Tracy Dugmore, my lovely sister-in-law.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Tracy.
Hello, everybody. And this is the lovely Debbie Draper, who's a lovely friend of mine.
Hello, Debbie.
And this is the lovely Linda, the community fundraising volunteer.
Well done.
Imaginative.
Focused. Motivated.
Understanding.
Together.
Collaborative.
Curious.
Inspired.
Innovative.
Inclusive.
Successful.
Creative.
Communicative.
Sharing.
Informed.